Recently, we got some screenshots of some modifiers that could possibly be coming to Pressure. And when I say some, I actually mean a lot. There's about 4 images worth of modifiers here, but I won't be boring you with reading them all out. You can do that for yourself. Instead, I asked my Discord server their ideas for Pressure modifiers. And today, I'll showcase and rank them from F all the way to S+. And trust me, there are some real gems in here. That was totally not sarcastic. And at the very end of the video, I'll be showcasing my own modifiers with some awesome visual representations. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I wanted to start off this video with one that's actually really good. So this one's called Picasso, and it says a surplus of abstract art spawns in every room. I really like the concept of every single room having a bunch of abstract arts in them, and it would be very fun maneuvering through these rooms, getting chased by anglers. I'm giving this one an A+. Now this one's very simple, but it's very good. It's just like other custom modifiers where people would say like you're crouching all the time and stuff like that. I think it'd be very interesting to have this modifier as a base modifier while other modifiers are actually active as well. It would make whatever else you're doing way more challenging. So for this one, I'm giving this a definite B. This one's also really good, and the title's good too. I really like the sound of infested waters. This modifier says, parasites now have a high chance of spawning in any water source, but deal less damage if the player is near light. This is a great concept, and I would have a lot of fun doing this one too, especially if I'm playing the underwater mode that I think's coming to the game. This one's called Everybody's Gone, and it says, no entities, no voices over the intercom, and no Sebastian, just you and the black site. I think this would be really interesting with like ambient noises multiplied by 5. Hearing noises you can't explain every 30 seconds would probably drive me crazy. I'm giving this one a solid A. This one's called Kablooey, and it says, turrets instead of shooting bullets, shoot mines that land on the ground, and activates when stepped on. I think this would be so frustrating and also really fun at the same time, but I think if I had to tweak this, I would make it shoot explosive bullets instead of mines, causing you to have to hide behind stuff to not get blown away. This one's really good. I'm giving it a B+. So we got 3 for this one. The first one is called Ouch. The second one is called Gotta Rush. And the third one is called Who's There? Ouch says, literally any amount of damage kills you, which is totally fair. Since that one is a very challenge-based modifier, I would give it a C. And Gotta Rush says, witching hour is now on your run. This is cool because it gives the incentive to try to get the 45-minute badge. Very, very good idea for this one. So I'll give this one a B. Plus, I would love to see more of the character Witching Hour. And Who's There says, wall dwellers are guaranteed to rebound and will constantly rebound to a maximum of 4 times. That one, that's a D. I hate wall dwellers so much. That's D tier. Bye-bye. Alright, so this one's called, how did this one get in here? Get out. F tier. Bye-bye. This one's called Did You Hear That? Multiplayer only. And it says, audio cues for monsters like wall dwellers, good people, or Pinky are only audible to one player in a multiplayer run, though visible cues remain. Obviously requires trust and coordination from all players. This one is really, really cool. I think it would especially be fun with like in-game VC. I'll definitely give this one an A. This one's called Johnny Testing, and it says whip cracks replace every sound. I don't even know how this one would work, but it's honestly amazing. So this is definitely getting S. This one is simply titled Dress Code Violation, and it says, an invincible skeleton bouncer chases you through the black site, but hides when angler. So what I'm picking up from this is that it's just a very aggravated crooked, and I think that's really funny. So I would definitely give this one an A+. This one's called What's So Funny, and it says, every time you get hurt, a laugh track plays. This one's super simple, and I love it. This is definitely for the masochists out there. B+. This one's called I Am Batman, and it says you are blind but can press a button to use echolocation and see your surroundings. This one's actually pretty smart. It reminds me of that one game called Scan Test, I think, where you spawn in a completely pitch black room and you click around to make dots everywhere, and you're supposed to use it to find the depth in the room and find your way through the maze. And for the ranking, since this one would be pretty difficult to do, I would give this a B-. For this one, it's called It Stings, and it says you now have to blink every 4 to 5 seconds using the letter X. I've always liked blinking mechanics in horror games because it honestly sets up for a lot of good scares, so for the simplicity of this one, I'm definitely giving it a B+. This one's called and it says, spawn with a sprint in your inventory. It has infinite use, but you'll grow increasingly faster with each use. Now this one's just really funny, and just thinking about the sheer speed that you would gain would be so hard to control. This is for the true speedrunners. So for the ranking, I'm giving this one an A+. This one's called Stop Hitting Yourself, multiplayer only. And it says you can fight your teammates for items in their inventory. Honestly, we kind of just need a completely competitive modifier like this. Plus, it would be really fun to troll your friends with this. So for the ranking on this one, I'm giving it an S. Alright, so now that your guys' slop is now out of the way, it's time for a real professional to take it into his own hands and show you how it's done. Alright, for my first one, it's called Unorthodox Pathing, and it says, node monster paths are now wacky and all over the place. Meaning, okay, so for Unorthodox Pathing, I was thinking like, you know, normal node pathing, it kind of goes like this. Maybe a little bit of a curve, you know, going through the room, but it goes straight through. But for this, to maximize playtime, the modifier makes them, you know, they go like this and around and maybe, you know, a loop-de-loop a little bit. I don't know, and then they leave. But maybe it only happens in like the room you're in, like the player's like hiding a locker right here. And then they just go this way, and then a little bit that way, and then like off the screen, and then I don't know. And for my second one, it is called Real Pressure. And what it does is it makes all players' y-axis scale really small, as if they were crushed by a hydraulic press. Yes, I know, this one's definitely an S+. You don't need to say it. And for my third one, it is called APD, which stands for Auditory Processing Disorder. And what it does is makes all sound effects completely randomized. So when you open a drawer or open a door, you could be hearing pandemonium screech. Don't worry, I'm giving myself the S+. And for my fourth one, it's called Jumpman. Totally not a reference to anything that you guys know that I like. Totally not. And it says you can now jump, but it ragdolls you anytime you land. I don't know how high or low of a jump it should be, but I think it would be really funny to be walking down some stairs and you just start tumbling. That would be really funny. And for my fifth, it's called Blindness 3. And what it does is it changes fog distance to 5 studs away, meaning that we're basically blind and can only see things that are directly in front of us. And I think it would end up being really, really fun. And for the last one I came up with, it's called Torn Pockets. And it says all damage sources causes players to drop all of their items, unanchoring them and making them fly everywhere. I think this one would just be really annoying, so that's kind of why I just made it. And that wraps up all of the custom modifiers that I got for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this little filler video. I tried to make sure that most of the modifiers in this video weren't actually repeats from ones on the pages, but there's so many, so in the end, I'm honestly not sure. Sorry if there's any repeats anyways. And if you guys have any ideas too, comment them down below. I'd love to see them. By the way, part 3 will be out, but I think I'm going to wait until after the hunt to actually make it, so I have all of the information on the monsters that will be getting documents. Also, join the Discord if you want. It's a very good place. Everyone loves pressure there. And if you're trying to get the mega token, there's definitely people in this server that will help you out. And if you guys are lucky, you might catch me live streaming tonight. I'll be live streaming the last 7 mega tokens because I honestly have nothing better to do at the time. I don't know how far I'm gonna get or how long I'm gonna stream, but I'd love it if you could stop by. Thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye bye.